Hi guys, today we're going to learn about how to write cubic functions. So in the first example, we need to write a cubic function to describe the graph that we have over here. So what you recognize is that you have that the inflection point is negative 2,5, meaning that you have C, D over here, okay? So you know that your points C and D are negative 2,5. And in addition, we have that since it's a cubic function and for these graphs you are not going to have b, we have that y is going to be equal to a times x minus c cubed plus d. Okay, so as mentioned before, you already recognize that this is your c and this is your d, meaning that you have that y is equal to a times x plus 2 cubed plus 5. Okay, so at this point you are like, well, I have most of the equation. What's the next step? The next step is that you observe that you have another point here, which is negative 4, negative 22. So I'm going to use the point, okay? So I'm going to have the point, I'm going to write it here, negative 4, negative 22, and I'm going to plug this point into this equation as my x and y. Therefore, what you have is negative 22 is equal to a times negative 4 plus 2 cubed plus 5, and then you are going to solve this for a. So for a. At this point, what are you going to do? Well, pretty simple. You can recognize that this is negative 22 is equal to negative 8a, because this is negative 2 cubed. That's why it's negative 8a plus 5. Okay, from this I move the 8 to the other side, having negative 27 over here and negative 8. So you can tell me that a is going to be equal to 27 over 8. Okay, since I want the function here, I'm going to write it, let's call it f of x. Okay, f of x, your function is going to be equal to 27 over 8 times x plus 2 cubed plus 5, and that is your function. Okay, so for example number 2, what you have here is that given f of x is equal to negative 2 times x minus 3 cubed plus 4, what would be the new equation if the following transformations were applied to f of x? So please note that we're applying these transformations to f of x. So I'm going to call this function, let's call it g of x. Okay, so let's read the first transformation. It's a reflection over the x-axis. You know that that one goes at the very front, meaning you have a negative at the front. After that, you have vertical compression by 1/2, which is also at the front. Okay, then you have an horizontal translation, right? So you have the f, okay, parentheses x, and translation to the right is minus 4. Okay, then you have a vertical translation down, which is a negative 5, and this is your g of x. Now, with this being said, that's not it. Why? I have f. F is this, okay? Therefore, I want to find, the first thing that I want to find is f of x minus 4. I know that f of x minus 4, what I'm going to do to get this one, I'm going to replace my x for x minus 4. So you have that it's going to be equal to negative 2 times x minus 4 minus 3 cubed plus 4. Okay, so as you can see, this x minus 4 replaces the x that I have over here. So I'm going to combine like terms here. So you have negative 2 times x minus 7 cubed plus 4. Okay, at this point, I cannot simplify more this expression. Therefore, this is the one that I'm going to substitute into this equation that I have. Okay, so let me put it here. Now, I'm going to find my g of x. G of x is this one. So all of this, I'm going to plug all of that instead of this one. Okay? So I have negative 1/2, and instead of f of x minus 4, I'm going to use a parenthesis and replace that f of x minus 4 for all of this equation. Okay? So I'm about to copy that exactly as it is so you can see it. Okay? So at this point, I'm done with this, so negative 5, okay? Now, here you need to be very careful because you need to distribute the negative 1/2 here, okay? So the negative 1/2 times negative 2 is going to be positive 1, therefore you just have the x minus 7 cubed. And then you are going to distribute the negative 1/2 to the positive 4, making it a -2. Then don't forget to put that -5 that you have at the end, okay? At this point, the only thing that we need to do is combine your final last terms over there. So f of x is going to be equal to x minus 7 cubed minus 7, okay? And you can recopy this one if you want to be more specific here, but that one is the final answer, okay? And last but not least, we have the last example over here, the third example. Let me show you the third example. You have a function and they call it f of x, and this one is equal to 2x cubed plus 3. You want to write the function g of x such that g of x is equal to 1/3 times f of 2x minus 4, close it, minus 5. So this equation, it's simpler than the previous one because they already give you g of x. So what you need to do here, similarly to the previous one, the first thing that I want to do is find my f of 2x minus 4. And you're going to tell me, where are you getting this from? From here, okay? So that's the first thing that I need to do. After that, I'm like, okay, I have f, which is this one. So I'm going to replace the x for 2x minus 4. So you have 2 times 2x minus 4 cubed plus 3, okay? So at this point, you are like, hey, I cannot simplify anything. That's right, okay? So you cannot simplify anything. So instead of this guy, you are going to plug all of this, okay? Instead of that one. So you have that g of x is going to be equal to 1/3 times 2 times 2x minus 4 cubed plus 3, close that parenthesis because that's when we end up replacing this, minus 5, okay? Now, here again, you need to be super careful distributing, okay? This 1/3 goes here and here, okay? So when I distribute, I have that it's 2/3 of 2x minus 4 cubed plus 1 minus 5, okay? This 1/3 has nothing to do with the -5, so please do not distribute it there, okay? It only goes here and here, and this is one huge term, okay? So you can combine these like terms, okay? So you can have that g of x is going to be equal to 2/3 of 2x minus 4 cubed minus 4. Now, some of you are going to tell me, hey, I wanted to take out the b here as a common factor. Is that cool? Yeah, that would be okay too. So you can express this as this equation and it would be okay. And some of you, since you know that the cubic function is an odd function, you might tell me, hey, I wanted to just distribute, you know, the exponent here and here, and this is an 8 times 2. That's going to be a 16, so I know that the 16 over 3 times x minus 2 cubed minus 4 is the same. Can I leave it like this? Of course, you are using the fact that it's odd. So this 3, okay, that you see at the end, they are correct. Okay, so select your favorite. Here I'm going to select the very last one just because that's the last one that I have. Okay, but either way of this 3 would be correct. Okay, so you have that. Well, I hope that this video is helpful for you, and I'll see you later. Bye.